This is Gina Scalpone. I am the owner of Glamhairus. I've been a hairstylist for 23 years and a business owner for almost a decade. So I come live every Thursday afternoon to talk about business and life. And I'm not sure if you guys saw my live last week, but I'm doing a 3-part series on blogging, the importance of it, how to create content, can you make money from it, all these different things. I feel like it's a really important topic that I don't know if a lot of people talk about, but I feel pretty passionate about it. I got really inspired by my acupuncturist who owns her own practice. We had a conversation a couple weeks ago and we were just talking about blogging. She's helped me with so many different things. I've been seeing her for about 7 years, and she recently had a baby, so I love hearing all her stories about like when she was pregnant. She was doing all these really unique, cool things that I've never heard of. I've been a stylist for 23 years, and I hear all these stories, I feel like, from all my clients, but what I would hear from her would be so unique and different from what I've heard from anyone else. So she had a different approach about what she did to get pregnant, while she was pregnant, her birthing plan, like after the baby was born and all that. The baby's a couple months old now. So I'm like, oh my gosh, do you have a blog? And she's like, no. I'm like, you need to have a blog. You have so much great information you could share with everybody. I'm like, I would read your blog every week if you had one. So I just feel like as a business owner, like I think it's great to have a blog if you don't have one, because the thing is, like when I'm with her, for example, we can only talk about so much. We're talking for a few minutes before she puts the needles in, and then we talk for a few minutes after. But there's probably way more information she could give me if she wrote it in a blog and I could read it like every week. I also think the blog and the weekly emails go hand in hand. So for me, my weekly emails is the content that I come up with. It's like a how-to video. It's behind the scenes of my business. It's things about my personal life. I talk about like I feature clients. I do fashion tips, like all different things. I like to mix it up. And then that information eventually goes on the blog after I send it out to my weekly emails to my clients who are on my list. So you should get on my list. You'll be first dibs for everything. But I feel like you can only talk about so much when someone is in front of you. So I get a lot of the other information out that my clients get to read because I'm sending them the weekly email about it. And then for people who aren't my clients, they can read it on my blog, because of course I talk about it on my Facebook page, my Instagram page, and LinkedIn page, and then they can go read it. So I think as a business owner, you definitely need to have a blog. You can't possibly talk about everything that you want to talk about that you're passionate about, or things you could teach. For me, if I could maybe teach someone how to curl their hair while I'm doing it, but what if they want to know how to do a top knot or a ponytail or a braid? I have those things on my blog. So if anyone ever asks me about how to put on fake lashes, like how to do a braid, I refer to the blog, send them the link to my blog, and then they can read it. So that adds value to the service that I'm providing when they're not even in my chair. So that's another way you can raise your prices, because you're giving so much value. So I definitely think that everyone needs a blog. So that's the whole business standpoint. So let's talk about, should you have a blog if you are an employee and you don't have your own business? And the answer would be yes to that as well. So here's an example. Let's say you're in corporate America and your job isn't necessarily creative, but you have a passion for cooking. Even if you're not good at cooking, it's okay. Just that you're passionate about it, and you go to the store and you find all these spices, and you use your grandmother's recipe for chili, and you get really unique and creative with eggs in the morning. Like, that's things that you could take pictures of, write about, talk about, and put in your weekly blog. You never know what your passion could eventually turn into one day. Maybe you can make money from that and that could be your job. You just never know. But if it's in your brain and it's not out on paper or out on the internet, it's never going to happen. I know of a couple of people that had one job, and their side job or their passionate job ended up being the job that they made money from eventually. So I definitely think that everybody has something in them that they could write about. You could do it in videos, you could do pictures and write about it, but I would definitely recommend to have a blog either way if you're an employee or an entrepreneur. So that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Again, my name is Gina Scalpone. I would love for you guys to sign up for my weekly emails. You can go to glamhairus.com to do that, and I will send you a 5-step mini course on how to have perfect hair every day of the week. But anyway, I'll be live next week, so stay tuned. And I'm going to talk about the third part of blogging, and I'm going to give you guys ideas and tips on how to actually start thinking and creating and getting content so you can actually start writing your blog. So I hope this was helpful to you guys, and have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.